So, this is a very unusual video for my channel, but it's a cool trailer, what can I say? So the MonsterVerse is in a weird situation. Godzilla, 2014. Dark, dramatic, cool. Made a ton of money, and it was pretty well received, fantastic. Not a lot of Godzilla, but we're fine. Kong Skull Island, pretty good, little more goofy, still large in scale and dramatic, and set in a time period post-Vietnam War, but still generally well received. Godzilla King of the Monsters. Boo! Not very well received. A little overly goofy in the wrong places, but it was still attached to that scale of Godzilla. Some cool colors and some cool action scenes, but it just didn't really hit for most people and it didn't make a whole lot of money. Now, Godzilla vs. Kong. Instant classic. Everyone loved it. It was really what we needed after the pandemic, and it made a shitload of money. And they were like, well, we were gonna be done, but sure, we'll do another one. And here we are. A while ago, we got the news that the MonsterVerse was coming back for another entry, and it would be another Godzilla vs. Kong. They're gonna fight again. Ooh. Except, nah, it's not really happening. That idea was tweaked a bit, and instead we're getting Godzilla x Kong. Who's gonna tell him? So this trailer starts with some general spooky shit, like some foreboding imagery, national monuments, you know the drill, ooh, the pyramids, ooh, the Liberty? The Statue of Liberty. It's getting crazy. But you know what's gonna set this movie apart from the other entries? It's its increased focus on the cool parts, you know, the stuff we actually wanna see. The movies have been sort of leading us down a path of, alright, fine, we'll let you see more Godzilla, more Kong, less humans, just watch these two guys kick some ass. And that's what we want to see. I am not the first person to say this at all, but if you go back to the Godzilla 2014 release and compare it to where we are now, it's actually kind of insane that this is the same franchise. And it's gonna be a decade old by the time this movie comes out. Godzilla x Kong: The New Empire is a film where they're willing to sacrifice a lot of the realism for cool factor. And nothing says that better than an enhanced Kong's arm reaching out of the freaking sand. I mean, when I saw that, I could not wait to see 3C Films' reaction, because that was kind of an insane way to start the trailer, but I'm glad they did because it really sets the tone. We've also gone full steam ahead with general sci-fi. I mean, there's a ship that comes into this shot and it's basically a goddamn X-Wing. Like, everyone is just accepting that this is where we are at this point in the franchise, and you still don't have the power to just kill them? But now it's gone all Jurassic World on us, and it's more about coexisting, and it's not the worst place to take it, but it is kind of jarring seeing this basically Star Trek level ship just fly in out of nowhere. This thing barely has any engines, it's just pointy Doritos. The current climate at Legendary Pictures must feel like that one guy who's doing everything terribly, but he's like, oh, you like it, oh, okay. If you're interning at Legendary, man, you just gotta have the most fun job in the world. And I also really like to use colors, a very color-oriented team here. Every film is distinct in that regard, and it's kinda cool. 2014 was red, Kong Skull Island was kinda yellowish green, King of the Monsters was very blue, like blue raspberry blue. What's the other one? Godzilla vs. Kong was sort of an orange? And this one is blue and pink. Cotton candy, little weird, but I can respect the bold strokes. They're definitely swinging for the fences here. And you know, we also thought for the longest time this movie would be called Son of Kong, and it would be more of a Kong-centric film. Maybe he got busy, maybe he found a son in Hollow Earth. We didn't know, but it looks like it's option number 2. And I'm glad they did not decide to go that route, because mostly I'm kind of Team Godzilla all the way. I know, I'm sorry. Kong is cool, but Godzilla, I just got a thing for lizards. So the part that is being carried over from the Son of Kong idea is, well, the Son of Kong. It's very obvious in this trailer that he finds this orangutan child, and he takes him in, which will add a pretty interesting dynamic for the rest of the film. Kong is the more human of the two titans, unsurprisingly, and him having an actual child to protect will be definitely an interesting thing to see. Now the CGI on him, it's got a couple months before it comes out, I'll just say that. But what's certain is he's definitely going to be taking care of this little guy throughout the movie. And maybe Godzilla is the other daddy? So who are we fighting this time? Hold on, let me get my reading glasses. Scar King. So what, he's like King of Scars? meaning he has a lot of them. It's not very intimidating, but I'm not the giant monkey holding all of humanity hostage here, so I honestly really dig the idea of this guy being the new big bad. Because if you think about it, he's King Kong, but orangutans are known for being especially smart. I bet he watches Rick and Morty. This guy looks like a real Pickle Rick fan right there. So I'm assuming this guy is basically a super genius, or at least human levels of intelligence. But I can imagine a scene where Godzilla walks into one of his traps, like he literally could Home Alone Godzilla. That sounds pretty awesome. Like Scar King knew he would come to save Kong or his son or something. But if I'm being honest, it's called the New Empire, so it's probably more likely that all the other Kongs listen to this guy, and that's why he's the big bad. He's not actually like super strong or smarter than Godzilla or Kong. He's just the leader guy, and he just uses an army. And I really hope that's not the case. I don't want to see Godzilla fight just a bunch of generic giant monkeys, but yeah. It looks like he has some kind of bone whip or something like that, so I mean that could be pretty badass. So in terms of cast, I know we don't care about the humans, we've made that abundantly clear, and I'm not complaining, but I should mention this film sees the return for Rebecca Hall, or girl character love interest number 1, not basic bitch. Because let's be real, we don't remember any of their names, none of us do, but I think you get who I'm talking about, right? It's not this girl, and not this girl, but that one. There's not very many to pick from. There's also Brian Tyree Henry, aka the comedic relief, who I actually found pretty entertaining from the last film. I'm glad he's back. And Kaylee Hoddle, the deaf girl who can sign to Kong. Honestly, can't even be mad at Millie Bobby Brown for not wanting to come back, or that other guy, her dad. They're probably like, oh, 25 mil, anything less, I'm out. And I don't know what this movie costs. Wait, what's the budget? That might not even be public yet. Around 210 million. That's a pretty penny. Now, for comparison, Godzilla vs. Kong. Budget? 155 to 200. So this is actually more expensive. What is it with movie studios just being bad at budgeting, man? Costs continue to go up, and it can't just be because of inflation, right? I don't know. I think Disney is the biggest culprit, but Godzilla Minus One was made on a budget of what, $15 million? Which there is no way that can be true. I mean, according to all these sources, I guess it is. And an American Godzilla vs. Kong movie is way, way more expensive. If the people who made Godzilla Minus One got their hands on this side of the MonsterVerse, in the whole Godzilla kaiju sphere, they could probably make this movie for $30 million. And let's be real, would probably come out better than what we're gonna get. But I just think it's crazy, and they need to get these budgets under control. Now, I don't know about you, but I really, really like Pink Godzilla. Not just because I'm here for any dude bro sporting a typically more feminine color, rise up king, but also because it looks cool as shit. My super laser pants! Look at this. That is such a cool goddamn shot. Really impressive visuals here. There's a shot at the end of this trailer of them sprinting forwards together, and seeing Godzilla move like this is so bizarre. He's moving like this, now he's moving like this. Like that cannot be the same creature. I wonder if they're gonna try and explain it like, oh yeah, he's faster because he's pink now. He's the goddamn Flash. Well, you know, whatever they come up with, I'm sure it's gonna be a blast. And you know, at the end of the day, I'm just super excited the team behind these films can just cut loose with whatever they want. Clearly they do not give a shit about the human characters. We don't, they don't, and I am perfectly content knowing that. The writer's room must prioritize whatever looks the coolest, and I'm here for it. Now, some of you might comment that we shouldn't settle for this type of Godzilla movie anymore because we just got Godzilla Minus One and it was fantastic. Haven't seen it yet, but I really want to. I think ultimately, Godzilla Minus One is your deep thinker Godzilla flick and actually like objectively good. You want an objectively good Godzilla movie? There you go. Do you want a subjectively fun Godzilla movie where it has the potential to just be the best 2.5 hours of the year, where the laws of physics don't apply ever? Well, we also have this movie, and I think both are justified. I think this could be a movie where, even if it's not the best, kaiju fans can take a step back and say, you know what, it's been a good couple of years for the kaiju, and I'm happy. Plus, the poster just looks so badass. Look at that. Anyway guys, those were my thoughts on the Godzilla x Kong The New Empire trailer. I know this video probably came out of nowhere for you. I rarely do anything that's not animated, but it's trending. And I kind of just wanted to have fun and tell you my thoughts on a trailer like this. Videos about trailers are the most fun ones to make just because it's so topical and I can just spout my inane bullshit at you and you're just forced to listen for 8 or 9 minutes. That's what it's all about. That's what being a YouTuber is all about, baby. So anyway, I want to hear your thoughts on this trailer. Would it look good? Did it look like absolute garbage? Honestly, either is fine. Not even gonna fight you on anything. Because I think it looks badass, but if you don't, it's totally understandable. So, that's all for this video. My name is Candles, and I will see you in the next video.